What's up, everybody? Can people hear me? See me? Let me know if stuff works. Please. Oh, man. I gotta get better at this setup. Alright, couple people here. That's cool. Thanks for showing up, people. Thank you, Tater Dom. My one friend. Alright. So I figured, I'm gonna start. I just grabbed a bottle earlier that I've been meaning to try for a while. This Fox and Odin here. So I'm gonna start off with this guy. Oh man, this is a really nice bottle. I'm not talking about the whiskey, I'm talking about the actual bottle. It's an artificial cork. But aside from the artificial cork, this is really well crafted. So Fox and Odin, I think this is out of Michigan. It's a double oak. Blend of 8 and 15 year, I think. Whenever I did a double oaked review, everybody was upset that I didn't include the Fox and Odin, so we're gonna include it now. Nice. Anybody else drinking? Or am I the only person who drinks on a Tuesday? Nobody's saying anything. Dude, this is sad. This is really sad. I'm gonna sit here regardless, and I'm gonna drink by myself. And I'm just gonna, I don't know. But if people want to talk in the chat, that would, I think that would help out. Oh, the Knob Creek Burr Rye. I've been looking for that Knob Creek Burr Rye. Mr. Martinez, eating dinner and listening in. Thank you. Yeah, I think I might start doing this on Thursday or something. Tuesday feels weird. It feels like a weird night for a live stream. Willet Rye, nice. I like that Willet Rye. The Knob Creek Burr Rye, I'm wondering if you can just blend their 9-year 120 proof single barrel and their rye and see if it's the exact same product. I would be curious to blind those two, like a homemade blend and that Knob Creek Burr Rye. I would be very curious to blind those. This Fox and Odin smells, doesn't smell real oaky. Smells a little malty, actually. The Knob Creek 10-year rye is fantastic, I think, too. I'm with you, Michael. I love that bottle. I absolutely love that bottle. For the price. And it's available. Hasn't been out that long, but I see it everywhere. Alright, let's try this Fox and Odin. That is nice. It's nice and thick. Really sweet. Yeah, the price is a bit high. I don't know that it's worth the price tag. People keep mentioning it, so I figured I've been meaning to try it for like 6 months now. So I finally pulled the trigger. You got a John J. Bowman this week after seeing the drops on the Discord. Nice. What's up, JP? Yeah, Discord is clutch, man. The Discord, a bunch of people got Abraham Bowmans this week. Not from the ABC, but from the info in the Discord. And a lot of people have gotten Bombergers and Shanks and Blantons, and at least somebody got a Russell's 15. At least one person, maybe two. Yeah, this smells a little malty, a little raisiny. I don't know if that's... I don't think it's from the mash bill. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't looked into it that much. But anyway, I figured what I was going to do tonight. I got a lot of bottles that I haven't drank in a while. So I figured I'd go through some of them and try and refresh my memory to see if they're any good. See if I should be drinking them, or if I shouldn't. I threw some of them back here. Not these two, but the Iron Root. I remember the Iron Root being good. Texas whiskey. And then Penelope Toasted. Everybody loves Penelope Toasted. I have not been a fan, but I figured I'd give it another shot. And then I got a couple of Virginia whiskeys. This Bare Knuckle Single Barrel, which I really want to love. So we're going to go back to this one. And then the RY3, which RY3 gets it gets some love. A lot of people like the RY3. And if you guys have any other suggestions of bottles that you want me to try, I'm happy to take some requests too. You went to every store in Winchester. That's right. Every store in Winchester on Sunday, and there wasn't much available. But you got Benchmark Single Barrel. Benchmark Single Barrel is solid. It really should not be allocated. That is crazy. I mean, when they put them out, they sit for weeks. So there is no reason to allocate the benchmarks. You got halfway through the toasted and it started to open up. Yeah, see, for me, the problem wasn't with the palate. The nose just smelled too much like toasted oak, which sounds like what you'd want it to smell like, but it just, I don't know. I'll pour it and we'll see. Maybe it's opened up some. Yeah, the store picks, I've seen some of those, and I had the same issue, just with the nose. I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it in a minute, because I have a lot to say about the Penelope Toasted. I don't have that much to say, but I have some stuff. I like Penelope in general. I like the Architect. Not everybody likes the Architect. I really like the Architect, though. And the cask strength. And the Rosé is pretty good. I do not like the Rio, but I know some people love the Rio. Mike also said his Penelope took a while to open up. Alright, well this bottle's been sitting for a while. Oh man. JP, I have a feeling you're gonna find some stuff in Winchester. Let me ask you, when ABC was doing the Saturday drops, where people had an opportunity to like line up, was that happening in Winchester? I don't know how busy it gets out there. This is pretty. It's got some spice. Usually double oaks are either oaky or vanilla bombs, and this is not really either of those. It's kind of like dark fruit forward with a lot of spice. Like I don't know. I want to say a rhubarb pie, but I'm not even sure exactly what that is. I imagine that it's kind of like a blueberry pie, but with more spice. That's probably not what it is. I don't know. But I do like this. Good proof point, 99. Produced in small batches. That's a meaningless statement. Fox and Odin is a tribute to the rugged bounty and natural beauty of our Michigan home. Every full-bodied sip delivers an expression of the independent spirit and ingenuity of the trailblazers who came before us. One thing they said on their website, they stole my line. I don't know if I wrote it first or if they wrote it first, but they believe whiskey is where science and art intersect. And I swear to God, I came up with that statement. And if they came up with it first, I had no idea. I thought I deserved a lot of credit for writing such a beautiful sentence. And then they just steal it from me. I'm sure they didn't steal it, but it's kind of funny that they came up with the same thing. Leesburg and Ashburn, but found the benchmark in Norfolk. Oh, man. Michael has been all over the state. You're going to Jersey. To pick up some benchmarks. I haven't really looked for whiskey in Jersey. I should go up there. I was talking to this guy that I met at the ABC. Not an employee, just a guy who was there. He was telling me he goes up to New Jersey a lot, and he gets a lot of good bottles there. So I would definitely check it out. Yeah, benchmark, you can get it like everywhere except for Virginia. Doesn't make any sense. They really, I don't know. Virginia does a lot of things backwards. Benchmark is one of those things. Alright. So Fox and Eden, pretty good. Fox and Odin, pretty good. Let's try something else. Should I try the Penelope first since everybody's talking about it? Honestly, I'm more excited about... I really want to try this bare knuckle. Because it's a Virginia distillery. They're in Manassas. Very close by. But, alright, let's do the Penelope. So this is 100 proof heavy toast. Number 2 char. This is batch 23. Aged for 5 years. Batch 23, 304. So I guess I got it last year. Oh, man. Alright. Let's see if I get the same thing on the nose here. Oh, it just smells like glass. Let me let it sit for a minute. Can't get Benchmark in Michigan? Really? In Montgomery County, yeah. Actually, I don't go to Montgomery County that often. I know they have a similar system to us. So if you don't go on the drops, although I didn't know they had Benchmark. That's good to know. Yeah, that toasted glass smells not real appetizing. It actually does smell different than I remember. It was, so before I would just get wood. Like it smelled like wood. Like slightly toasted wood. Now it smells a little bit raisiny. But I'll tell you why I didn't like the toasted wood smell, because when I will sometimes do experiments here. I will try and like finish whiskeys at my house with oak, with like toasted or charred oak. And a lot of the time they end up smelling like straight up oak. Like they just smell like wood after they're finished. And I don't like the idea of buying a bottle that smells like something I can make myself. Got a little spill there. Alright, let's try this. Yeah, it's good. The palate, I never had a problem with. It was always the nose. Haven't gotten into the Penelope line. It's good whiskey. Penelope makes good whiskey. Well, it's all MGP. They own Penelope now, so. And even when they didn't own Penelope, it was still MGP that they were using. But yeah, Penelope has always been good whiskey. It's just I haven't loved all of them. Joey B, I was looking for you, man. I sent you an email the other day. You disappeared on me, man. Oh, man. Yeah, this is. Well, yeah, there is some. There is some of that freshly toasted oak. Yeah, the Penelope, it's good. It's good. It's not my favorite. Not my favorite Penelope, not my favorite whiskey. But it is good. My thoughts on the John Jay single barrel? I love it. I didn't realize how much I loved it until I did a video a while back blinding it against just like a Blanton's and Elmer T. Lee, and it beat both of those. And then I blinded it against the Blanton's Gold and E.H. Taylor single barrel, and it did much better than I expected. So that gave me like a whole new level of respect for John J. Bowman. It's very, very comparable to a E.H. Taylor single barrel. Very comparable. Michael, I'm with you, man. I like the Architect a lot more than the Toasted, too. But people go nuts for the Toasted, and I tend to like a lot of Toasted products. Just for some reason, the Penelope is not my favorite. I don't know why. But that's alright. The finish, you like the finish on the Bowman? I assume you're talking about? It's got a nice finish. So that was like, the E.H. Taylor single barrel had like a slightly better finish. And that was like the only way I could distinguish it from the John J. Bowman. But yeah, John J. Bowman has a phenomenal finish compared to, you know, all the other Buffalo Trace products under E.H. Taylor single barrel. It's all good, Joey B. Don't worry about it, man. I will just talk to me after the stream. I'm gonna put you to work, dude. Only if you feel like it. And I'm not really gonna, I don't know. I don't put anybody to work. We just hang out and have fun. And drink whiskey. Alright. Now, I want to get to this bare knuckle. Have I had the Bardstown High Wheat? No, I haven't. I know they have it in DC. I haven't been to DC in a while, but I will pick one up the next time I'm there, unless ABC gets it first. But I am curious to try it, because I really like the Origin wheated. So the high wheat I am interested to try. There aren't that many high wheat bourbons out there. Most of the wheated mash bills are like in the 20-ish% range. Old Elk, well, MGP has a high wheat bourbon, and Old Elk puts it out. I think they're the only big distillery putting out that MGP. I think it's like, I forget what the mash bill is, but it's like 40-ish% wheat. something like that. It's like 55, 40, and then 5% malted barley, something like that. All right. So this bare knuckle, this is KO Distilling. This is Manassas. Let's see. Yeah, I would blind that against the 107. When I get a high wheat, I will blind it against the Antique 107 just for you. A Green River wheat is solid too. Ooh, that's interesting. Alright, so here, real quick. Does anybody know about this distillery? It's kind of a dumb looking bottle. Label, I should say. The bottle is actually, I think this is like the same as an Old Forester bottle. The glass itself. But KO Distilling, Manassas, Virginia. This one is 123 proof. It's a single barrel. And it is 51 months old. 51 months. This distillery is like a half hour from my house. So I really want it to be good. But I got it a while ago and I haven't drank that much. But maybe it's opened up. Green River Wheated. Did I? Yeah, I read that. Yeah, the KO Bottled and Bond is, that one is solid. I have tried that one. But it is expensive. This actually costs less than their Bottled and Bond. For whatever reason. It's pretty dark, too. It's got a nice color to it. 51 months, so it's just over 4 years old. Yeah, so at ABC they have, most of what they have are the lower proof. This is I bought this one because it was the only single barrel that I've ever seen that was cask strength. All the others are like 90, 100 proof, something like that. You know what? This smells a little bit like a Willet product. It's a little... It's got that floral note. I didn't notice that the first time I tried it. I don't know if it's just opened up some or what. But it smells a lot like a Rowan's Creek or something. It's pretty ethanol. Not ethanol forward, but you get some ethanol in the nose. Stings the nostrils a little bit. Bardstown's teasing a new chapter with a possible wordplay of twice. I haven't seen that. I gotta check that out. Prideful Goats, I have not tried. That's the Bourbon Real Talk dude. I think it's all sourced, but I would, I do want to try that. A lot of the whiskey content creators put out good whiskey. Alright, let's try this thing. It's very brown sugar forward. Very sweet. Haron. Is it Haron? I'm sorry, dude. I'm just going to ask you. I just want to make sure I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Write it out phonetically for me. I imagine it's Haron. Or is it Aaron? I don't know, dude. But if you want to try 107, you can try it anytime. I'm happy to introduce you to some Antique 107. It's good. I don't think it'll blow you away, though. You should be able to get a bottle since you're on the Discord. Because those Antique 107 cases each have 12 bottles. So when one of them shows up, somebody will put it in the Discord, you'll be able to find it. I have no doubt. Just give it like a month or two. Yeast chiller, yeah, the barrel proof. I haven't been able to get one of those. Jaren. What's with the hyphen? Is it Aaron? Or J. Aaron? You just confused me even more. Sorry, dude. No offense. I just don't want to offend people by getting their name wrong. I would rather have an awkward question asking period so that I can get your name correct for the rest of my life instead of just saying it wrong for ever and then being embarrassed about it. Yeah, dude, we'll get you a we'll get you an Antique 107. Okay, Jaren. Because your last name is Martinez, I figured it would be a soft J, like a ha. But it's just Jaren. Okay, that's easy. That's very easy. Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of this. Bare knuckle. It's good. When it gets a little older, it might be really good. I'd like to go to that distillery. I gotta go check it out. Thomas has never ran across an E.H. Taylor, Stag, a Weller ever in mid-Michigan. Really? I thought Michigan had a pretty good system. What's up, Dr. Doof? Thank you for popping in, man. Dr. Doof also on the Discord. Yeah, Michigan, I thought most of the Midwest states had pretty good selections as far as bourbon goes. But I guess I'm wrong. But I thought about doing hunts in other states. Yes, I will. I go to DC regularly. Andrea, my sister-in-law, everybody, be nice to her. But yeah, I'll get to some other states eventually. I need to take like 2 weeks off of work and just drive somewhere. And my sister can stay with my wife and watch the kids. That would be helpful. Thank you, Andrea. You tried the Magnus? Yeah, it's good. It's legitimate old whiskey. Like a lot of the finished whiskeys that you buy, like 4-gate, $200, and it's like 8-9 years old. All the others are under 10 years old, generally, and they're still charging you, a decent price. But Magnus is expensive, but it's always, I think it's a blend of 11 and 18-year-old whiskey, which is really good. The batches fluctuate a bit, but is Magnus worth? All right, so is there an alternative? Yeah, there are a bunch, but I think the best alternative to the. So a lot of I'm sorry, I can't talk tonight. I haven't even drank that much. A lot of the alternatives to the Magnus Cigar Blend are also expensive. So like the Old Elk cigar cut, I think is like $120, $130, and not as good. RY3, they have a cigar finish, but I haven't seen it in Virginia yet. Although they're a Virginia company, so if you live near the distillery, you could drive down there. Virginia Beach, I think. Yeah. Actually, one alternative. Saints Alley. I think this is actually a pretty good alternative to the Magnus Cigar Blend. This one's finished in Armagnac and Pinot de Charente casks. But this is also very sweet. The original whiskey is not as old as Joseph Magnus, but it's a pretty good alternative for around $80, 107 proof. Pretty good. Yeah, Nancy Fraley's awesome. She does a great job on everything that she blends. I don't know how she does it. Supposedly she never spits either. It's all she can blend for 4 hours and just swallow all the whiskey, which is impressive. I wish I had that kind of power. This is nice and sweet. It's not super interesting, but it is nice and sweet. Prideful Goats MGP. Yeah, I thought it was. But there's a lot of good MGP out there. I would love to get my hands on a Prideful Goat. A lot of the brands who source MGP, I really like. Like, some people stay away from MGP sourced bottles, but I think they're excellent. Depends, obviously, on who's sourcing them, but the 2024 Murray Hill Club, I have not tried. The Murray Hill Club I have is, I don't know what number it is. I don't think it's number 4, though, because I definitely didn't get it this year. If I try anything from Malarkey Distillery, I've never heard of Malarkey Distillery, I don't think. In Gainesville, yeah, it's not ringing a bell, Jaron. Not ringing a bell. Copper and Cask is good. I agree. Thomas has never owned an MGP source bottle. I mean, that's fine. Some brands put an interesting spin on it. Like, they'll either finish it or continue to age it. They'll do something a little bit different. Here, let's try this RY3 since I just mentioned it. Everybody loves their. They have a cigar blend, which I just mentioned, but I haven't seen in one of those. I think they've had it on Sealbox, but I didn't buy it. I'll have to buy it the next time I see it. Here. We don't need a new glass. Just a sip of this one. Hey, that's a real cork. I like seeing real corks. I don't know why I hate the artificial corks. Yeah, so this is a rum finish, 100 proof rye whiskey. I feel like rye does really well with finishes. Of all the finished whiskeys that I've had, some of my favorites are ryes. Actually, I think most of my favorites are ryes. Like rye does really well double oaked. Rye and rum finishes go really well. Sherry finishes. But double oaked ryes are like some of my favorite whiskeys on the planet. Handcrafted, blended, and bottled by Phenomenal Spirits Inc. Doesn't say they distilled it. Handcrafted. Does handcrafted mean they distilled it? I don't know. You would think they would just say distilled. 3 phenomenal whiskeys. Oh, that's right. RY3, so they blend 3 ryes. I guess some of them are higher rye mash bills and some of them are lower rye mash bills. Oh, it says that if I read the whole thing. 3 phenomenal whiskeys, 3 carefully hand-picked mash bills. Okay. Alright, enough with this label. Oh, man. Yeah, honestly, I don't care if a bottle is sourced. If it is good, that is all I care about. One of my favorite ryes, I think I've said this before, but one of my favorite ryes that I've tried this year is a Nulu double oaked, sourced from MGP. And then Nulu finished it for like over a year, and it's phenomenal. Nancy Fraley gave classes to the blenders at RY3. Really? She gives a lot of classes. She does. How do you know that? Did you go on the tour or something? That's a nice little nugget of information you pulled. Been sipping on legacy distillery brands for the past 50 years, and it's late to change now. Yeah, I feel you, Thomas. Do whatever makes you happy, man. That's all that matters. Thomas Anderson. Isn't that Neo in the Matrix? What was his name? Was it Thomas? I forget. Nancy Fraley. Oh, she did an interview. Okay. Good for you, Jaron. Watching Nancy Fraley interviews. That's a... When you start to watch Nancy Fraley interviews, you're officially really into whiskey. I've done the same thing, so... She's interesting. You learn a lot hearing her talk. Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Nice. didn't pour enough of this. I'll tell you my, I think my initial thought when I tried this the first time is the finish was a little bit strong. Like they went a little bit overboard with the rum. Like maybe they didn't quite empty those rum barrels enough. Cause I really like a rum finish. The last Wild Turkey Masters Keep, the Voyage, big fan of the Voyage. That was bourbon, but still, I like a rum finish. I like rum actually. Aside from like whiskey, rum is my next favorite spirit by far. But I wish the rye would just shine through a little bit more. And maybe it will. Sometimes with these blends, you gotta get the bottle about halfway down before they really start to open up. Yeah, it's good. If you like rum, you'll definitely like the RY3. Very rum forward, but very tasty. Very tasty. New Riff has been putting out a lot of good stuff, especially their single malt. Yeah, I love the single malts. The New Riff American Single Malt is one of my favorite American single malts. I have it right here, actually. Actually, my 3 favorite American single malts right now. One is that New Riff, the Westward Cask Strength, and I got a Stranahan's Barrel Pick. That's, I think Virginia ABC picked it, but it's a cask strength Stranahan's Barrel Pick, and that is excellent. So a lot of good single malts right now. I haven't gone like head first into the rest of them, but those 3 I'm really, really enjoying. Yeah, ABC doesn't have a lot of single malts, or they don't have any New Riff. Yeah, that's true. I don't know why. New Riff has gotten pretty big. You would think that Virginia would get some. Virginia's late to the party on a lot of stuff. Kevin's from Georgia. Yeah, you should grab one. Grab one when you're in Virginia. They're good. It's I think it's like $50 for 100 proof finished whiskey. It's a pretty good deal. Alright. I guess I'll try this one too since I already pulled it out. This Iron Root. I haven't heard anybody talk about Iron Root for a while. Damn, artificial cork. So this one is actually, this is like one of the 2 bottles that I have that is signed by Mama Licorice, the mother of the founders of the distillery, the Licorice brothers. It's 2 brothers that started it, and then apparently the mother goes around to Total Wine stores and signs bottles for people. But it was very nice meeting her, and I appreciate her signing it. I'll leave it here, I guess. But yeah, this is 115 proof. I think it's like 3 years old. Yeah, 36 months aged, which is a lot for Texas. So, does Virginia get Four Roses LE? Yes. I believe they do. Um, they got some last year. I know in the October drop, I think it was the October drop, maybe the December drop, one of the Saturday drops, they had Four Roses LE, but I'm pretty sure it leaked, and whatever stores had the Four Roses LE, people were there like Thursday, if I remember correctly. Oof. New Riff single barrels are good, Thomas. You should pick one up. They are different. There are I think they have some single barrels that are finished, but just the regular New Riff single barrel is really good for the price. It's like $50-$60 bottle. Very, very good for the price. New Riff's been a little hit or miss. Yeah, the ones that I've had have all been good, but I think I've only had like 2 or 3. I don't think I've gone through more than that. Yeah, the Four Roses, I'm not sure if it's on the allocation list, but sometimes they will drop bottles that are not on that allocation list. You can't go by that allocation list. You're trusting whoever updates the Virginia ABC website to get everything correct. And I don't think that's a fair assumption. Yeah. I'm coming around a little bit to the new ABC system. It's nice to go in the store and see stuff on the shelf. Honestly, it feels kind of the same to me because usually I'm going because somebody else saw it on the shelf and I heard about it, which is basically the same as getting like a text message notification. And I don't know that it's better than sleeping on the sidewalk. Sleeping on the sidewalk is kind of fun. I just bought a. This is actually true. No, I'm kidding. I don't love sleeping on the sidewalk or anything. But I did just buy a little cot so that I could sleep on the sidewalk if I had to. It would have to be a really exciting bottle to get me to sleep on the sidewalk again, but I think for the most part you're right. It is better to have it somewhat random. But the advantage to just getting there early before a drop day and being able to sleep on the sidewalk, just wait in line or whatever. The nice part about that is that, like, if you're willing to do that, then you'll get bottles, guaranteed. So now you're not guaranteed anything anymore. Even if you're willing to put the work in, like, you can put in a bunch of work now and get nothing out of it. So that's the downside. But I get that they want to make it, like, more fair and more random, and that's fine. I've been getting some bottles with the new system, so we'll see how it continues to go. 2024 Four Roses LE. It's a distillery release this year. Instead of a raffle. I gotta read more about the 2024 release. Iron Root was highly rated a few years back. Yeah, I think that's why I bought it. and it is good. It's just it's got more of that Texas profile than Still Austin. I think that's why I'm guessing that's why you guys prefer Still Austin, is because Still Austin doesn't come off as much like a Texas whiskey, but the Iron Root really does. It's like cold calling, exactly. You're just going into stores and asking if anybody's put out anything allocated. It's really, really sad. So if you're near Four Roses that day, you would have a good chance of getting one. Maybe I will drive to Four Roses. I was talking about taking that road trip earlier. Maybe I will take that road trip September, I don't know, right before the 14th. Just drive to Four Roses. And then I can bourbon hunt in other states. And then I can go to the distillery. And I probably won't get one. But whatever. The excitement of walking in randomly and finding something is nice. Yeah, it's I don't know if the bottles stay on the shelf long enough to excite that many people. That's what I'm trying to work out in my head. Because I get it. Like, that's a great experience to bring to people. You walk in the store, you see Blanton's on the shelf, or you see a Michter's Barrel Strength Rye on the shelf, or JD12, whatever. But, like, how long are they actually sitting there before somebody's seeing it and the word gets out and then people go and just get them all? Like, how many random customers come in that 2-hour period? Like, I think generally in a 2-hour period at an ABC, you might get 10 customers. I think that's probably on the high side if it's really busy. The slower parts of the day, you might get like two or three customers an hour. I don't know. But yeah, it's fun to see the bottles on the shelf. I think the best system might actually be they keep the system the way it is for all the bottles that they get more than six of. So they keep this random put it on the shelf system for all the bottles that they receive more than 6 of. So anything that they only get 6 or less, then maybe they go back to like the text drop system, or I don't know, some kind of other system. But if you only have 6 bottles, putting them on the shelf, they'll go really quick. I don't know, just an idea. Maybe it's a bad idea. Who cares? Oh man. Scott's heading up to Maryland. Looking forward to hunting in the new Virginia system. And you can always wait in line in Montgomery County. Yeah, you can always do that. That's true. That's true. I could just go to Montgomery County and wait in line if I want to do that. You got a catch strength from the Bowman Distillery. Are you in the Discord? Are you one of the dudes in the Discord who got the... Are you the one who told everybody? Oh, I recognize the... Yeah. I think I know who you are. I will go to Fredericksburg. I might go down just to check out the stores. I might, before I leave the state, I might just go look at some other random stores in other Virginia cities. just to see if I find anything different. I kind of want to get the experience in each part of the state and see if it's any different. In the Discord, awesome. Good job, man. Good job getting that batch to Abraham Bowman. That is awesome. I wish, as soon as I saw it, I wish I had just hopped in the car and gone down. I figured there was no way they would still be there by the time I got there. But it sounded like they hung around for a while. But I'm glad you got one. Super glad you got one, dude. In Florida, when drops happen of allocated whiskeys, the word gets out. And they're gone in a couple hours. Yeah, I think that's got to be pretty much the case everywhere. Unless you live in like a really low populated area. But those areas aren't getting that many bottles. Yeah, Joey, that's a unicorn for me too. That's a unicorn for a lot of people, dude. Yeah, Richmond, I mean, that's where ABC headquarters is. I guess it would make sense that they want to... Well, it wouldn't really make sense, because I think we have way more people up here than they do in Richmond. So you would think if they want to keep it fair, they would send like a proportionate amount of bottles to where the population is. But don't count on Virginia ABC to make a lot of sense. For at least 2 hours? If they stayed out for 2 hours, then they must not have put him out first thing in the morning. Oh, man. I can't believe it. That A. Smith, or that Abraham Bowman is, I can't believe they just had him available on the shelf. And people were buying t-shirts. That's crazy to me. And yeah, it is Virginia's a corrupt system. We learned that last year when they, with the AA errands and whatever. The dude who won all the Buffalo Trace antique collection bottles. Very corrupt system. Yeah, this is very... It's interesting. It is a very Texas whiskey. A lot of, I think they use a heirloom corn too. I don't know if it's red, like Bloody Butcher corn or blue corn. They use something. I don't know. Oh, man. Alright, guys. Anything else I should drink before I get my kids to bed? Does anyone want me to try anything or like review anything? I'm trying to help people out here. This is what I do. The Discord, I will drop it in the chat. I gotta perfect my I have to, well, I have a lot of work to do on my live stream, and then I think I can make the Discord better too. I gotta figure out how to do that. But yes, here. Here's the Discord link. If you live in Virginia, it will help tremendously. If you don't live in Virginia, it's still fun. Have I tried Stag 24A? No, I haven't. I missed it when they dropped it. Or actually, I heard they dropped it with the Russell's 15. And I got a Russell's 15. I didn't get a Stag. Oh, man. Oh, yes. Anthony, thanks for bringing that up, man. The Maker's Mark Cellar Aged. That made no sense at all. Fox and Odin is good. But yeah, for those that don't know, the Virginia ABC put out Cellar Aged, not allocated. I have no idea why they did this. So the Cellar Aged just was shipped to certain stores, and all the Virginia ABC inventory you can track online. If it's not an allocated bottle, it shows up online. So people could just see which stores it went to, and then whoever got there first would just get in line, buy all 6 bottles, and then go sell them somewhere. Maybe drink one. But there's, like, that's obviously the Cellar Aged is a allocated release. All of the Heart release doesn't even really need to be, but it is allocated in Virginia. All the Maker's Mark finishing series have been allocated. So why you would not allocate the Cellar Aged made absolutely no sense. Jaren's never seen Stag in stores. Yeah, you will. If you keep looking hard enough, you'll find it eventually. You'll see it in Virginia, probably. With the new system, I bet you'll see it within 3 months. Magnus Cigar Blend, yes. Yes, that is it. You want me to try that one? Porky? It was in store only, but those with restaurant licenses. Oh, really? I didn't realize it was the restaurant people who bought them. I thought they were just, oh, they could buy it online. So the restaurant people bought all the Cellar Aged online. Dude, I wish I owned a restaurant. I should buy a really cheap restaurant. You tried the Cowboy Cut and you hated it, and now you love it. Cowboy Cut is awesome, dude. Here, I'll pour a Magnus Cigar Blend for Porky here. Oh, man. Alright. You can find the Cowboy Cut in, I think, like, all the Virginia ABCs have them now. At least all the ones I go into have it. I think they're up to batch 4. I have a batch 1 and a batch 4. I just opened the batch 4 just to see if it's pretty much the same. And it is pretty much the same. Yeah. Exactly. It's not a traditional Kentucky bourbon, no. There's no rye in it. It's like, I think 66% corn and then a split between wheat and malted barley. So it's got a lot of malt in it. Oh, next month is Virginia ABC Spirits Month already? I feel like that just happened. Yeah, they usually, everything goes on sale next month. I won't buy any more Virginia spirits then. I'll wait until that. Until next month. Alright, Porky. Let's try this Magnus Cigar Blend. And this is a older batch. I gotta get the newer one. This is 194. I think I'm gonna pick up one of those. I think batch 324. That's the one ABC has right now. Because I hear the newer batches are really good. Yeah, that's nice. Really well blended. A lot of layers. It's crazy. You have multiple whiskeys and then 3 different finishes, and they just blend together so well. Just tastes like one thing. It's like a pecan pie or something. Not really, it's fruitier than that, but is it dried fruit? Yeah. It's like not dried fruit, no. It's like I get like peach almost. Like a kind of like a peach cobbler. And yeah, there's some red fruit in there too. But it's not like a real dark fruit bourbon. I would say it's on the lighter side. It's good though. You have a bunch of 303 and 302. Yeah, 324 I think is the one that I've been seeing on the shelf up here. And it's I hear the 300 batches are really good. Does it smell like Sunday mornings when mom would bake? Yes. That's exactly what it smells like. Oh man. Is it worth the money? Yeah, I think so. If you like really sweet bourbons, like it's candy basically. It's like drinking candy. And it's got a good amount of complexity too because it's blended so well. And apparently this is like as bad as it gets. Like these batches in the high 100s are supposedly some of the worst. So, uh, the bottle I had before this was. I don't remember if it was that much better, but I feel like this is not. This is still really good. I mean, it's hard to tell anybody that a $200 bottle is worth the price because it's still at the end of the day it's $200 and that's a lot for a bottle of whiskey. You can get really good whiskey for like $60. So, but it is different. Like I said, the best alternative I could think of for a reasonable price is that Saints Alley. Saints Alley is. You might want to try that first. You can get them at Total Wine. I think Total Wine is the only place that carries them, I believe. But yeah, get a Saints Alley. If you like the Saints Alley, I say go for the Magnus Cigar Blend. The regular Magnus for $70, honestly, I don't even remember what the regular Magnus tastes like. I haven't tried it in so long. I have a bottle of the Murray Hill Club, and I've kind of gone back and forth on the Murray Hill Club, but I think I like it. Haven't tried that one in a while either. And Joey B, I have seen. I've actually no, I've never seen a Russell's 15 in the wild. I've seen one at a drop. I've never seen one in the actual, like on a shelf anywhere. I've never seen one. And I'm also very much looking forward to the JD14. I'm saving up horses to trade for it right now. Assuming I can't find one, which I feel like is a pretty good assumption. You know what? It's weird. I've never seen Knob Creek 15. I've seen it. Maybe I've seen it once or twice on the shelf, but Knob Creek 18 I see everywhere. Not everywhere, but a lot of places. So that seems weird to me. That seems very weird. But I think the 18 is better anyway. So, and there's not that much of a price difference. I think the 18 is 169, and I see it. You might see it marked up to like 180, 190, but it doesn't get too expensive. Oh man. Hey, Paul just joined the Discord. Welcome, Paul. Good job. The Discord is a great place. Knob Creek 12 is, I think, retails $69.99. I did get one on sale for like $50 once. But yeah, I have the 18 here. Actually, you know what? What the hell did I do with my glass? I'm gonna get a fresh glass. I'm gonna pour the 18 just to finish out the stream. Let's drink some Knob Creek 18. It's pretty dark too. Did I check out Old Kirk? I checked it out online. I don't know where to get one. Old Kirk sounds really interesting though. It's supposed to be like the best alternative to Willet that's out there. Thank you, Joey B. Discord is great. I had no intention of ever starting a Discord. And then I met some random guy at ABC. He told me I should start a Discord to help people with the new system. And it's been a lot of fun. It's helped me a ton. You saw Russell's 15 on the shelf for $350. Oh man, that's a really. I mean, that's $100 more than secondary, but that's a pretty good price. That's probably. That's as cheap as I would have imagined I would ever see it. And then I stumbled into it, luckily at a drop, but yeah. Campari with the Wild Turkey prices has gone a little crazy. They've gone nuts. 15-year for $250. It's not even the $250 that bothers me. It's the fact that at $250 your secondary price is going to be like $400 or $500. That's what's crazy about it. Yeah, Paul, I would have just pulled the trigger and I don't think she would have divorced you. But if she did, it would absolutely be worth it. I'm just kidding. Yeah, if you don't have a bottle, 350 might, like if I didn't have one, I probably would have paid 350 for one. I wouldn't pay 350 for a second one. I would probably buy another one if I saw it at 250, but I couldn't pay 350 for another one. I would get divorced for sure if I did that. Nice, Anthony. That's fine, dude. If I saw it online for 350, I probably would have grabbed two. I would have done the same thing. I mean, you could easily resell one of those for like 5 if you wanted to. Not that I encourage it, but if you wanted to make some of your money back, and then it's like you paid less than retail on the other one. I try not to worry that much about what I spend on each bottle. I don't want my wife to hear that, but I feel like it all kind of balances out. Like if you find some bottles, you'll find at MSRP. Some bottles you have to overpay for a little bit. In the end, it's like you're kind of paying a little more than MSRP, which is, it's not something I want to worry about all the time. If it's a bottle I really want, I'll pay a little extra for it. Most you ever paid was 200 for a stag. Nice. Yeah, stag is, some of the stag batches I think are definitely worth 200. I got on a lucky streak with the stags. I found a bunch of stags last year, and I'm stocked up, but I haven't gotten any of this year's batches of stag, but I have a bunch of last year's. Just the 22A and the 24C. Got a couple of those. Yeah. Michael, you're right. I mean, hunting for it is, I mean, some bottles are so hard to find that just seeing them at any price is exciting. But yeah, I mean, obviously I try and find it as close to MSRP as I can. But if it's a bottle I don't have, I don't know, man. Maybe I'll make a video about bottles that I overpaid for. There aren't that many of them. What did I... I bought a blend straight from the barrel for like $250. Overpaid for that one, but I got another one for MSRP, so it balanced out. It's like I bought two for 200 each. That's what I mean. It all kind of balances out in the end. And this Knob Creek 18 smells oaky. This is underrated whiskey, I feel like. Wow. This is better than I remember. I mean, I've been drinking for the past like 2 hours and this is like fireworks in my mouth. Very nice. When you got your RTX 39, put a $200 price tag from other item to that box before I bring it home to cover my ass from your wife. ZK is a smart guy. Your wife puts flowers in the bottles? Wow. Every time you paid for the price. Anytime you paid the price for stuff, you never liked it. Like E.H. Taylor, McKenna. I like McKenna. McKenna's easier to find now than it used to be. It's more expensive than it used to be, but it's easier to find than it used to be. Maybe it's 65 now. I'm not sure. But it's... McKenna is my favorite available 10-year whiskey, I would say. I like it more than the Russell's 10. I like it more than Eagle Rare. More than Widow Jane 10-year. I don't know, I'm just naming 10-year whiskeys. But I think it's my favorite of that bunch. Try some early times. Oh, dude, I gotta go put my kids to sleep after this one. It's a school night. The kids are always ruining the fun. God. Just kidding. They're great. I love them so much. I think I said this on a video before, but compared to like the Elijah Craig 18, I feel like this is a much better deal. I'll tell you what is better than this though, honestly. These Hardin's Creek bottles. Oh man. So if you can find these, if you can find the set, the Boston, Claremont, and Frankfurt set for less than a Knob Creek 18, I would get these. Even though they're a little bit younger, I think they're 16 or 17 years old. 16, I think. But they're 110 proof. These are awesome. These are my favorite. But this is also really good. Jim B makes a lot of good whiskey. What can I say? Yeah, Virginia schools start really early. When I was in school, they always started after Labor Day. I have no idea why they started doing this. I think because they give them so many days off now, I guess. I don't know. You're disappointed with stuff like that. All the highfalutin bottles. Sorry, I'm trying to read the comments because they don't appear on the screen for everybody. So that's why I'm doing that. For those who are wondering. Probably no one was wondering, but JW Dant. Yeah, that's a classic. You'll never be disappointed with some of those bottles. What am I gonna do? Bottle those kids? I don't know what that means, dude, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. That doesn't sound right. Well, this would be a good size for a kid. Yeah. Quiet, tranquil whiskey in the basement after the kids are asleep. So that is... Maybe I should do that next time. But then I have to start the stream at like 10:30. That seems too late. Because I gotta wake up at like 6:30 maybe. So if I'm up till midnight, that's too much trouble. And then, like on Friday, my kids won't even go to sleep until way later than me, so... Smoke Wagon Uncut the Younger. I actually haven't. I have Uncut Unfiltered. I haven't tried the Younger. Is it worth it? Is it better? It can't be better than the Uncut Unfiltered, right? If it is, let me know. I'll go buy one tomorrow. But I really like Smoke Wagon. They've got a lot of new. I'm seeing a lot of new Smoke Wagon labels. They're putting out more whiskey. I'm curious about it. I haven't looked into it yet. I think they're putting out a bunch of rye, but I gotta check it out. Yeah, this is a nice amount of oak. Just ever so slightly drying on the finish. It feels like, to me, this is like a perfect amount of oak. I wish it had a little more proof, but good amount of oak. Yeah. When I put the kids through college, my bourbon budget will take a big hit. It's true. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to encourage them not to go to college so that I can buy more whiskey. I'm just kidding. No, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. We will cross that bridge when we get to it. Oh my god. Not looking forward to that. Actually, I'll have an empty house, so that part will be kind of cool. Is it $31 for the Uncut the Younger? Jesus, that's cheap. Alright, I'm going to check it out. I'm going to check it out for sure. It's a cool looking bottle, too. Try rubbing the bottle. Dude, I don't know. I don't understand what you're saying, dude. Oh, man. Here, I'm gonna stick this one back. Hardin's Creek I highly recommend, though. Knob Creek also. Can't go wrong with Knob Creek. Oh, man. Alright, guys. I'm gonna go put my kids to bed. We might do this again on Thursday. I feel like Tuesday's not a great night. So maybe next week I'll do it on Thursday. Maybe I'll do another one on Thursday this week. We'll see. But I appreciate everybody hanging out. Fuck it, I lost my mouse. Jesus Christ. Alright, guys. Thanks to everybody, whoever's in the Discord, or whoever's not in the Discord, join the Discord. All the Discord people will tell you. It's awesome. We help each other, and it's fun. And if you don't have fun, who cares? It's free. Who cares, man? Alright, guys. Take it easy. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see y'all next time.